Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Doctors React. Today we are going to react to episodes 4 to 6 of The Good Doctor. I'm with my lady, Dr. Emma. Without further much ado, let's check the first clip.
He's having an endoscopy.
Yeah. You've had one before recently, right?
Yeah, I actually had one. It's horrible. It made me... Now I know what to tell patients because it's actually not a nice experience at all.
Wow. Do you want to throw more light on that?
Well, so before the endoscopy, they give you some sedatives and some painkillers. So I've never had any opiate painkillers before, so they give you some. And I don't know if it just didn't work or whatever, but I was still quite aware, but at the same time I just felt a bit odd.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's how people usually feel.
Yeah, it's quite strange when you're actually working in the hospital and you prescribe pain that you presume should be enough for the patient.
Yeah.
And pain medication, sorry. And the patients are like, no, I need more. I'm like, come on, man, I just gave you that much.
Yeah. So it's actually a good experience because it's quite easy to just label people as what we call opiate seeking. So people that just ask for, more morphine, more codeine, and just think, they just want more because they're getting a high from it. But actually, whatever they gave me, I don't think it was enough because I was in a lot of pain.
Wow.
When basically as soon as the endoscope goes down, it just causes such a profound gag reflex. So I remember, and then obviously because I'd had the it was fentanyl they gave me because I'd had the opiates, I wasn't with it. So I think as soon as it went down, I tried to pull it out. So I just remember all the nurses going, no! and holding my arms back. So I remember it, but obviously, like I'm saying, I can't have been completely with it because I wouldn't have tried to pull it out. So I think it just did some weird things. But the good thing is really quick. So when I'm consenting patients, I say, it's not nice, but it's literally a matter of seconds.
Excellent.
They're able to actually look and complete it really, really quickly.
Yeah, it's quite simple for a doctor to just prescribe, or not prescribe, request for you to do an endoscopy because he's looking for something. But being on that table and being subjected to it is a completely different experience. Yeah, because I think back in the day when I was working in the pediatric department, they gave us samples of the children's drugs and they taste so bitter.
Oh, really? So that's why they cry.
Yeah, they taste so bitter. And I'm like, it's just, Pimo, just take that. It's just Pro or something like that. But so you're in the patient's shoes, you cannot really tell. You two is just another statistic. But hey,
so then mine was bad as well because I had an what we call an OGD, so orogastroduodenoscopy, which is what's happening in this clip. And then I went straight on to have a colonoscopy, which is the same from the other end. That one hurts and it takes a long time. So I remember I was actually crying and I didn't tell them that I'm a doctor. So I was there crying, and then the nurse came and was like, so tell me what you're going to do when you go home. And, just trying to calm me down, but I was just bawling like a baby. So when patients say that these things are uncomfortable, believe them because they're really unpleasant.
They're really unpleasant. All right, let's check out our next clip. What's that in this eye? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, I think he's going to have another look at that. Ooh,
what's that? A bug.
Yeah, a whole bug in the eye.
Yikes.
Wow, that's strange. And to have a wing insert in your eye. Not in the eye, but you get what I'm trying to say. Wow. Have you seen anything crazier than that?
No, actually, I haven't. I've never seen that before. I mean, my own personal experience, a wasp flew up my nose once.
I think that's
and I told everybody this story because it was a really traumatic experience. But no, I haven't seen that happen to patients before. And I haven't done much work with the eyes. I've never done an ophthalmology rotation.
But I think we've seen stranger things into people's ears, nose, and
that's
some
true.
Dark holes, I should say.
So in pediatrics, we have a lot of kids that put buttons or stuff in their ears or up their nose. When I did my general surgery rotation, at least maybe once every 2 weeks or once a month, there'd be an admission for a foreign object up a dark hole, which happens a lot more commonly than people realize.
Yeah. Things we have to see.
Literally, I think the maddest one was a toilet brush.
Wait, are you serious? A toilet brush?
Yeah, toilet brush.
Like the whole way up?
Pretty far up, yeah. And the brush end was up.
Wait, a toilet brush?
Yeah. And then the guy was really angry as well. His girlfriend did it. And I was like, why did your girlfriend do it? And he said, she thought it would be funny. But then he was really angry with me. And it's like, it's not my fault.
Like, why is he even directing the anger to
That's
you?
what I'm thinking. To go home and talk to your girlfriend. I wasn't there. But yeah, that was probably the most interesting one. But happens commonly, yeah. And they often they have to go to theatre to get it removed under anaesthetics. Obviously, that's really embarrassing because the number of people... before you can take someone to theatre, there's going to be maybe at least 10 people there. So yeah, it's don't put things where they're not supposed to go, guys.
Especially a toilet brush, to be quite
Especially a toilet brush. Yeah.
Wow. I guess you've given me images I cannot get out of my head soon. My goodness, let's move on. Okay, so this clip, they are in a theater. Okay, if you see those stuff.
Oh no, this doesn't. This is a bad sign.
A very bad sign. A very bad sign. Wow. When somebody... Have you ever seen somebody seize on the table, like have a cardiac arrest, as in this case?
No, I haven't seen cardiac arrest on the table, no. I suppose, in all fairness, I suppose if you wanted to have a cardiac arrest, in theatre is the best place because the anaesthetist is already there.
Exactly.
And
plus you're on a cardiac monitor, they see exactly what they need to do.
You're already on all the monitoring. So it would be if you were ever going to have cardiac arrest.
Let me take that back. It seems they just opened her chest.
Oh, what's that?
Look at that. Right there. That's the heart.
Oh wow, okay. So he's in cardiac massage.
Yeah, like he's literally pumping the heart,
yeah.
With his hand. Wow.
Yeah. So you don't, again, if you're going to have a cardiac arrest, you'd want to have it with your chest open.
Wow. There's this thing that I always see in movies. They try and shock the person even though the person is asystole. You don't see anything.
It's true actually.
In practice, it's not done.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's fake. In practice, you're not supposed to shock the person if they call it a non-shockable rhythm, basically.
Literally.
You're not supposed to shock the person, but we see it in movies. I've actually witnessed someone on the table who had to undergo CPR.
Really?
I was assisting the surgeon. I can't remember what kind of surgery. It was just after the patient received the anesthesia, and all of a sudden the patient just flatlined. My goodness, like we forgot all our cleaning protocols. Like we just literally jumped on the lady and started. My God, but she did come out.
Did she survive?
Yeah,
amazing.
She did survive, and we postponed the surgery to further notice. Like, we were not going to continue with that surgery.
What was the surgery?
I can't remember, but I know I was in the surgical ward. It's either cholecystectomy, which I presume, but I'm not too certain now. But it is a terrifying sight. Yeah, I've actually done CPRs on very few people who actually came back to life. Funny enough, I think the general public do not know the chances of getting back to life after a CPR is quite low. Have you ever even had anybody come back?
I have, I've seen a few that have survived resuscitation. But the chances are low. And one thing that we're quite good at doing in this country is having do not resuscitate conversations early. Exactly. So if, judging from a person's age, well, not age really, but their other medical conditions and their frailty, if we don't think that they're going to survive an attempt to resuscitation, then we have that conversation early, make sure we sign a do not resuscitate order so that if they do have a cardiac arrest, we allow them to pass away with dignity. So we're not then doing, aggressive chest compressions, which aren't going to work. So most of the patients I've had that we don't think will survive, they've already had that conversation. So we don't even do any chest compressions. So when we are doing chest compressions, it's usually because we think the person would actually survive it. And I have had a few successes.
I think that's a good note to end today. We have a lot of clips in the episode. Again, the series is The Good Doctor. It's so informative. We can't go into everything. We're just trying to rush it to the start of season 4. That'll be later next month. From me, Dr. Abe,
and me, Dr. Emma.
we'll catch you in our next episode.